problem with Hollywood is. They make shit. Unbelievable, unremarkable shit. Now, I'm not some grungy wannabe filmmaker that's searching for existentialism through a haze of bong smoke or something. No, it's easy to pick apart bad acting, short-sighted directing, and the purely moronic stringing together of words that many of the studios term as prose. No, I'm talking about the lack of realism. Realism. Not a pervasive element in today's modern American cinematic vision.
All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Awakening from the Dream Show. My name is Duke, and this is my YouTube channel. Got a little bit of an audience now. I got over 50 subscribers. Some of you I know, some of you I've never met before, which is pretty awesome. I'm getting pretty stoked about actually building this channel. If you're new to the channel, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like the content, please remember to subscribe and share and hit that bell so you'll get notified when I make new videos. So this has been a dream of mine since 2012 to bring this kind of content out and share it with others. And having a platform like YouTube is really an awesome thing to be able to do this. To be able to connect the dots, so to speak, and build and join with a tribe of like-minded individuals. I'm also going to be sharing other content on this channel as well. Slacklining, which is another passion of mine, and drone photography for entertainment and for having fun and something to do in the illusion. So waking up from body ID, waking up from body identification. Some of you are familiar with this material and know the things I speak of, and there's some of you in the audience that actually are not familiar with this at all. So that's kind of interesting. So take from it what you can, leave the rest. I'm not any kind of authority or enlightened individual. I'm just here to share some things that have helped me and on my journey. Waking up from body ID, the blindfold, we're all blindfolded in a sense, the five senses. It's been said this reality is a fake reality. It's a type of projection. It's a type of holographic projection, and it's happening by one mind that has been called God. It's also, there's been said that there's the God behind the God. There's the little God that's kind of like the little tyrant, or the sleeping sun, or the dreamer of duality. And these are words and symbols that we use to try to understand something that's very hard for a person to understand. Waking up from identification with a body is realizing that you're not your name, you're nothing. Anything that you associate with your identity as a body, your name, your race, your age, what country you're from, is all made up. It's all just like money is a piece of paper, but we all collectively agree it has worth. A $20 bill is worth no more than a $100 bill. In reality, it's just paper that can be crumbled up and burned. In much the same way, our fake identity, it's really nothing but a belief. We've all been conditioned to believe this, and we've all been taught that we're not all one, that we're not the same one. The knowledge that we're all the same one would It would revolutionize the reality, this illusionary reality we live in, this planet called Earth. It would revolutionize everything. It would bring a new understanding to mankind. It should be common knowledge, but it's not. We have a world that is asleep at the wheel, so to speak. And it's really up to us to be the bigger person, to stand up and actually be a living example of another choice. All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get right to this. So the choice. We can choose, if we choose the ego, and the ego and spirit represent two different internal aspects of who we are. If we choose the ego, we choose the he said, she said, who fucked who consciousness. Good guys and bad guys, winners and losers, social class, everything that makes us seem different. The ego is the idea that individuality is real, that we are our body and everything we identify with being a body. If you identify yourself with a race, you're going to get caught up in that whole historical thing of the history of your race, and it's always about victims and victimizers. And it's always, the ego is always about, choosing the egos is always about who's guilty, who's innocent, who's guilty, whose side are you on. So when we choose the spirit, we see everyone as the same one, behind the mask, behind the biological mask. The body is much like a biological computer, and we see beyond the mask. The question we have to ask ourselves is do we wish to see everyone without guilt, and what that experience would be like? And we have to realize how repulsed we are by actually, by this, because when we really get in touch, we see that we really want some people to be guilty and some people to be innocent. We want somebody to be responsible for the misery and the suffering in the world. So it's walking that fine line. Choosing the spirit is when we start to walk a fine line, that straight and narrow way of that balance of not giving a fuck about anybody, but loving everyone all at the same time. It's like having this compassion for everyone because you see beyond the game of separation, and you know everybody's the same one, but you don't give a fuck about the world because you know the world is an illusion. It's a projection. It's like a matrix of sorts. It doesn't matter really what happens here in the end because ultimately it's all just an illusion. Nobody's really hurt. We're totally indestructible. The real us is. Bodies are designed in such a way to pull off this hallucination. And this is where the forgiveness comes in. This is where we forgive our own mind for coming up with such a thing. All bodies are designed, all bodies get sick and die or they get in an accident. There's no way out of one of those two things. You either get sick and die or you get in an accident before you get sick and die. So we don't give a fuck about anybody, but we love everyone because behind the mask of everybody is the one, the oneness. That's who we really are. So forgive them for they know not what they do. Every attack is really out of ignorance. So it's a hard truth to live by. It's hard to really embrace this, and we really have to be honest with ourselves when we ask, do we wish to see everyone without guilt? And that's the experience of the Christ love, a love that includes all. It's a love that doesn't, it's a love that includes everyone. All right, so I'm going to keep these videos short. It's going to take many episodes to to take this all apart and explain. I encourage you to leave questions as well. I will do my best to answer them, and let me know what you think as well. I'm going to read something out of one of my favorite books. This book was written back in the 80s. It's called The Starseed Transmissions, and I think it pertains to what we're discussing today. Release the structure of past identity. Surrender to the guards at the gates of Eden all your definitions of now, meaning let go of everything you've ever come to know through science and religion. Relinquish your silly hold on reality and come join us in the freedom of the stars. The doorway is open. Die to all you so foolishly think you know. Lay down your beliefs like the agents of separation that they are. Hope for nothing but what is and see its fullness in every moment. A new time is before your species. A time of realization, fulfillment, and adventure. Accept this time, move into it, dance in the momentum of its inevitability. It is the breath of life and the song of God that you have been cut off from for so long. The song of God, the real God, not the fake anthropomorphic God that's been taught to us through the religions of the world and has kept mankind confused and divided for so long. Welcome to the Awakening from the Dream Show, ladies and gentlemen. And I look forward to delivering these episodes to you. And remember to subscribe and share if you like them. And I will look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks for watching.
They've got us all sanctioned off in these human farms. They've divided them up into states, countries, towns, cities. Give me a fucking break. Now, if we're all one spirit, that means we're not our race, our age, our ethnic group. We're none of that. We are infinite consciousness itself, experiencing this seemingly real separation. Tricked into believing that it's real, and it does seem pretty fucking real.